Most people think manipulation is obvious. They imagine villains, liars, obvious control. But real manipulation, it's quiet. So quiet that most people spend their entire lives being controlled without ever realizing it. And the most disturbing part, some of the people manipulating you smile at you every day. But there is one psychological trick manipulators use that almost nobody notices. Once you see it, you will never unsee it again. Manipulation really looks like control. It looks like kindness, advice, concern, friendly suggestions. A manipulator rarely says, "Do this." Instead, they say something like, "Of course, it's your decision. But if I were you?" And suddenly the idea feels like it came from you, but it didn't. There is a reason your brain falls for this so easily, and it has nothing to do with intelligence. Human brains are wired for social survival. Thousands of years ago, being rejected by the group meant death, so your brain learned something dangerous. Approval feels safe. Disapproval feels like danger. Manipulators know this, so they don't force you. They guide your fear. And they often start with something that feels harmless. Manipulation almost never starts big. It starts small, a tiny favor, a small request, and a little guilt. For example, "After everything I did for you," that sentence alone has controlled millions of people because your brain hates feeling like be a bad person. So you give in it, just a little. But the real trap isn't the request, it's what happens after. Once you say yes once, your brain wants to stay consistent. Psychologists call this commitment bias. You already helped once, right? So helping again feels normal, then again and again. And before you realize it, you are doing things you never wanted to do. But the most dangerous manipulators use something even darker. Sometimes manipulators don't push you, they confuse you. One day they are praising you, the next day they criticize you. Then they act kind again. Your brain starts chasing their approval, trying to understand, trying to fix things, and without noticing, you start revolving around them. And here is the scary part: manipulators don't always know they are doing it. Some people manipulate because they learn it growing up. They saw it in their family, their relationships, their environment, so they repeat the pattern, not because they are evil, but because it works. But there is one signal manipulators almost always reveal, and once you notice it, the illusion breaks. Manipulators hate one thing more than anything else: boundaries. The moment you say no, watch your reaction. Healthy people respect boundaries, right? Manipulators try to break them. They guilt you, pressure you, question your loyalty. Because your independence threatens their control. But manipulation becomes impossible the moment you understand one simple truth. Manipulation only works in the dark. The moment you see the pattern, it loses power. You start noticing the guilt, the pressure, the subtle steering, and suddenly you are not reacting anymore. You are observing. And that changed the entire dynamic. When manipulators realize you see the game, something interesting happens. The pressure stops, or they disappear, because manipulation only works on people who don't see it. So, the next time someone tries to push your decisions, pause and ask yourself one simple question. Is this really my choice or someone else's influence? Because the moment you start asking that question, you become much harder to control. And most manipulators, they are only powerful until someone finally notices.